Reunion. Eddie found it strange that Brett went to work every day and he had to stay home. There wasn't that much to do, and the weather was too miserable to really go anywhere, and there was no news on his work permit yet. It's been almost 2 weeks now, and he was starting to worry. He mostly kept himself busy with practice, and he made sure Brett had a home-cooked meal every day. He wasn't the best cook on earth, but he tried, and Brett didn't complain. And even though he wasn't working like Brett, they still shared all the other household chores, except ironing. Brett does that. In exchange, Eddie cleans the bathroom and always does the dishes. Towards the end of August, they woke up to a calm, sunny day. There was no wind blowing, and it wasn't too hot out either. It was the perfect day for some outdoor activities.
"Ah, no,"
Brett groaned as he stepped out onto the balcony, leading off the living area.
"This is not fair. I have to go to work, and look at how perfect this is. We could have gone out to do something fun."
Eddie comes over to give him a hug and says,
"It's probably the first clear day of many. Don't worry. Soon it's the weekend. Then we can go and do something nice."
With that, Brett gets all his stuff together and leaves for work. Not long after, Eddie gets a phone call. It's the one he's been waiting for, about the work permit. It was approved. He can start work tomorrow. He can't believe how great this day is starting off. And then he gets an idea. He dials a number on his phone to make some arrangements, and he grabs his wallet and the keys and leaves the apartment as well. When Brett returned home, he was tired. They played the same passage over 50 times today. Every time the recording started, someone came in late or early. With no recording running, everyone played perfectly. All he wanted now was some of Eddie's home cooking, a long bath, and sleep. As he enters the apartment, it's eerily quiet, and there's no hint of cooking.
"Eddie,"
he calls out. No response. Then he spots a yellow post-it note on the breakfast table.
"Come to the roof."
As he exits the elevator, he is speechless. Eddie was standing next to the barbecue, turning some meat. Johan and Sue were sitting under an umbrella on some deck chairs, each with a cocktail in hand. His mother was busy cutting some cherry tomatoes into a salad, and his dad was sitting at the end of the picnic table, yelling out instructions to Eddie.
"Brett, you are home,"
his mother says, as she walks over to give him a hug.
"Eddie thought since the weather is so nice, we all meet up for a barbecue."
She leans in a bit closer to Brett and whispers,
"I don't think he has ever done a barbecue, but don't worry, your dad is teaching him."
"Poor Eddie,"
Brett laughs, as they make their way over to the guest.
"Can I make you a cocktail?"
Eddie asks, as he hooks the grill tongs on the side of the barbecue and wipes his hands on the apron.
"Actually, it looks like you have your hands full already."
Brett laughs.
"No matter,"
Eddie says, as he pours a variety of drinks into the cocktail shaker. He adds some ice, and then with elaborate gestures, twirls and shakes, he blends the mixture to everyone's delight. He takes a big round glass, pours in the mix, and then adds a pineapple slice with a green umbrella on the side. Lastly, he adds a straw.
"Who are you, and what did you do with Eddie?"
Brett laughs, as he sits down to take a sip from the concoction. He nearly chokes.
"Dude, this is so strong,"
he says, as he catches his breath. His dad interrupts, scolding Eddie for leaving the meat so long. A true chef always keeps his eye on his food. When he does a barbecue, he doesn't take his eyes off the grill.
"Old man,"
his wife says,
"quiet, leave him be. I remember the first barbecue you made at home. Let's just say it would have been appropriate to have a funeral after for the cremated remains."
Everyone burst out laughing. As Brett looks around, he knows this is a day he will always remember. Johan started telling some stories of how he had to learn to cook after they got married, as Sue was working, and he was home. Not to be outdone, Brett's dad adds his memories, which, obviously, has to be more dramatic.
Okay,
Sue says, as Eddie starts putting the meat into a serving dish.
that's enough for you two. I'm sure Eddie's cooking will be excellent. And you don't hear him complaining, do you?
And it was good. They all sat around the big picnic table, eating, laughing, talking about anything and everything. Brett lifts his cocktail glass for a toast.
To good friends and family,
He says, holding up his glass.
Oh, and to Eddie, the greatest chef alive.
They all clink glasses. It was indeed a good reunion. After the guests left, and they were alone in the apartment, Eddie told Brett about the work permit.
I'm so glad, Eddie. I was getting worried you were turning into a housewife. Not that I mind coming home to a clean apartment and home-cooked food every day, but the whole apron thing is a bit much.
He chuckles. Eddie puts on his best Asian mom voice and says,
I work for you all day to clean and cook, and you don't appreciate? You think I'm funny? La?
They both burst out laughing.
I'm gonna take a bath. I'm tired,
Brett says as he walks off to the bathroom. Eddie packs away the last few dishes and puts the leftover barbecue in the fridge. He switches on the TV to catch the last bit of the evening news. Then he switches channels and finds a documentary of ancient Egypt. It seems to him that they didn't do their research very well, as they seem to get a lot of facts wrong. He spends 20 minutes arguing with the TV screen. Then he realizes Brett still hasn't come out of the bathroom.
Dude, you're going to turn into a raisin,
he says outside the door. No response. He slowly opens the door, and his heart melts immediately. Brett's head was sticking out from a huge cloud of bubbles, his head resting on the edge of the bath, fast asleep. Eddie pulls the string to let the water out, fetches a towel, and wakes Brett up. As Brett stands up, Eddie wraps him in the big soft towel and helps him to step out without falling.
Get dry. I will get you some pajamas,
Eddie says. A very sleepy Brett enters the bedroom. He fumbles to put on the pajamas, and then gets into bed. Eddie goes to switch off the lights, puts on pajamas as well, and then lies down next to Brett, who is now fast asleep. Good night, Breddy, he whispers as he places a small kiss on Brett's cheek. Then he snuggles his head into Brett's neck and drifts off to sleep as well.